Hey, third grade, it's Miss Fifield. I decided it would probably be a good idea if I made a video to help you remember some of the fraction stuff that we were learning right before we switched from learning at school to learning at home. Um, that first packet that we sent home with you that last Friday that we were together, that had some fraction stuff in it. And a couple of you have called to get a little bit of help on that. So I figured maybe making a video would be helpful for those of you that need it. It's also just a good idea for us to refresh our memories because we haven't looked at this fraction stuff in a couple weeks and we were kind of right in the middle of it when we had to switch to working at home. So let me pull up this here, okay? Our fraction review. What is a fraction? A fraction is part of a whole. It can be represented as a tape diagram, a circle model, or a number line. So we see the tape diagram, circle model, and the number line all here, all representing thirds. We don't usually use the circle model very often, but you will see it out and about in the world. We typically focus on these two, but here we have thirds on a number line and a tape diagram. Parts of a fraction. Here you're going to see some words that look familiar from our word wall. We have a numerator and our denominator. Our numerator is our top number. That's the whole or the part that is selected or shaded. So here we see the number 3, and down here we see 1, 2, 3 parts that are shaded. The denominator is the number of parts the whole is partitioned into. In this case, it's 4. These are fourths. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts make one whole. This bracket down here shows us that everything here is equal to one whole. So these are fourths. 3 fourths are shaded. We also often talk about and work with unit fractions and unit form. So the example I have up here is 4/5. The unit fraction, when we're talking about fifths, is just 1/5. A unit fraction always has a numerator of 1 because we're just talking about one part. So 4/5, our unit fraction is 1/5. Unit form is different, and sometimes we get those mixed up, so it's important to remember the difference. Unit form is when we write the unit out here, fifths, and then we were talking about how many are selected. So 4/5 here, unit form 4/5 written out in the word. Another thing that a lot of you are asking about in this packet are fractions that are equal to one whole. So here I have an example. The top one you see here, one whole. There's one whole. All of these are the same size, so they're all equivalent to one whole. When we're talking about halves, how many halves have to be selected to be equivalent to 1? 2 halves. So here we have 2/2, 2 halves equal to 1 whole. 3/3 equal to 1 whole. 4/4 is equal to 1 whole. 5/5 is equal to 1 whole, and 6/6 is also equal to 1 whole. The last thing we're going to look at, fractions greater than 1 whole. A fraction greater than 1 whole has a greater numerator than denominator. So you see here, we're talking about 3 halves. Over here we have 2 halves, 1, 2. That's equal to 1 whole, you see here. And then there's another whole over here, 1/2 of that is shaded. So we're looking at 3 halves. We're also going to look at equivalent fractions. This is somewhat of a review. It's also somewhat new. We were in the middle of looking at this when we left learning in the classroom. So equivalent fractions are fractions that are equal in the same size. I'm giving you 2 examples today. One of them is 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Our wholes, both examples here in a tape diagram, are the same size. Our models have to be the same or we cannot compare them. We have 1/2 is shaded here, 2/4 are shaded below. They are the same size because these 2 fractions are equivalent. We're also going to look at 1/2 and 3/6. Those are also equivalent fractions. So here you see 1/2 of the tape diagram shaded, and 3/6 of the same size tape diagram shaded. They are the same size, they are equivalent fractions. That is all that I have for you for today. I know it's just a quick little review. If you need any support on your fraction packet, you can always come back and rewatch this video. And if you're still confused, please feel free to reach out and to call me, Ms. Fisher, or Ms. Cotter, and we can help you out. We hope that you're working hard and learning, but also taking care of yourselves. And don't get too stressed out, okay? We will all get through this together. Please reach out with any questions or concerns, parents and students. We're here for you, okay? All right, we'll see you soon. Miss you. Bye.